this kind of upset me. So what I've done this weekend, our board meeting met, and unfortunately when you're on the board and the officer of the league, you can't support or oppose a candidate. So what I did was I resigned from the board and I'm running for Scott Plakin's seat. Of that bill, it creates a panel of experts, a biologist and wildlife ecologist. It compels the DEP, the FWC, and the Department of Agriculture to protect the habitat of the Florida black bear. It sets up a $50 million fund to be borrowed from for municipalities so that they can afford to buy bear-proof trash cans. Places a permanent ban on the harvesting of saw palmetto berries. It adjusts the burn schedule, and this has been a big problem. They've been overburning our state forest.
Yes!
So that there's not enough time for the berries to grow back for the bears. And finally, it places a ban on timbering in state forests and state parks that destroy and cut down the oaks that produce the acorns that is the national fruit. So I was looking for a sponsor in the Senate, and I found one right here, and I would like Senator Darren Soto to say a few words.
That's why so many people are offended by it. And so that's at the crux of what we're doing here. First, we do have an initial victory to be able to announce today. I worked with Chuck and with the League of Women Voters and others to request that the Division of Forestry stop the saw palmetto harvest for this year. And that was done. The crux of this bill is that, as somebody said before, 75% of Floridians are against this. It's not because they all don't like hunts or everything else. They don't like the way this went down. This was about people who just wanted to hunt and screw the science. Don't worry about the bears. Don't worry about what we should do. You know, these bears were endangered for a reason. There aren't a lot of them. And what happened? We saw hundreds of them slaughtered, and we don't even know what the count is. So the key will be first to figure out how many bears are actually out there, which seems to be a pretty rational thing you should have before you go ahead in an open season on black bears that have been endangered for 2 decades. And then we're going to be monitoring the food sources, as Chuck said before, both the berries and the acorns. It doesn't seem like much, but when that's your food source, it's a pretty big deal. And then on top of that, making sure that we make our interactions between bears and humans less frequent and safe. If we had less attraction for the bears to come into neighborhoods by making sure that these garbage cans are, I don't know, we spend $100, isn't it worth it to make sure that this treasured creature that's been around for thousands of years here is saved? So it's a worthy investment, I think, for state dollars. Saying this, I see sadness among so many of you. I see anger among so many others of you. Many of you are upset. I mean, this was the loss of friends that we mourn here today. But you can't forget that. You can't forget that 100 days from now. You can't forget that next year. You can't forget that when we're in session. And you can't forget that in the next couple elections. So who here is going to be committed to remembering the bears? Bears' fates were sealed when Rick Scott was elected in 2000.
Amen to that.
No matter what the facts are. And so keep the activism going. we could use your support on the bill. We could use your support at the FWC meetings. We could use your support in the Environmental Preservation and Protection Committee. And together, we can make real change to keep the state going the way we want and protect our bears. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, Senator.